Hello Pisces, this is your December 17th through December 23rd. Hopefully I'll get caught up on all the readings soon so they won't be late anymore. Okay, first off, you have ideal course of action. Be your best self always. Clear out the old and be spontaneous. Okay, under ideal course of action, you have the Five of Swords and you have the Page of Pentacles. Lately, you have been, some of you at least, have been feeling like you have been defeated in some way, either with arguments or you're feeling a bit defensive and kind of irritable. And sometimes when you say things to people, you can't always take back what you say, especially in the heat of the moment. So just this week, try and watch what you say and how you say it, because it may come off differently than how you mean it. So it's just something to look out for. And also, you might be a little unfocused on things lately, maybe a little unorganized. And, you know, I said this to somebody else on a video, and I don't remember which one it was, but to just, you know, sometimes just decluttering your house really makes you feel better, especially, you know, inside and out. So if you got nothing going on, or maybe you want to do that, go through some old things, see what you need, see what you don't need. And for some of you, you might be having a little difficulty making ends meet this month, which is not a big surprise, especially with Christmas. Everything adds up so quickly. And don't worry about gifts if you can't afford them. I'm sure, you know, people will understand. And even with kids, even small little things make them happy. So try to, you know, look at the positive, especially if you're low on cash right now. There are, you know, you can make gifts. I know that's a little old-fashioned, but it's a nice thing. I've done it with my kids, so maybe that's something that you might want to do if maybe Christmas is starting to get to you a little bit. And just try not to overspend this week if possible. Now, under Be Your Best Self Always, you have the Page of Cups and the Six of Swords. So the Page of Cups reversed. Some of you, maybe you have been dealing with someone that's a little immature or a little younger than you. Maybe they're a little self-centered or a little needy. They kind of really tend to grab onto you to almost like a child. And it might be a child, a water earth sign possibly that you're dealing with. Or maybe that's you acting that way. Or at least maybe your emotions are a little out of whack to this week and they're kind of going crazy and all over the place and you feel a little disconnected from things. You need to start connecting with yourself and opening yourself up and start listening to yourself and your intuition and, you know, let go of some of the things that have been battling up inside of you lately. Because you have the Six of Swords, and with that, that's a transition and a healing and, you know, moving forward and planning things. So when, you know, try and bring that side out of you this week instead of maybe the other side that's kind of getting to you. And some of you may be actually moving to a different place, or you're moving from a relationship or a situation that you're in. It's like you're almost maturing in some way. Like you're exploring different situations and you're trying to gain a little wider perspective this week. So that's a really good sign to have, and clear out the old, which I had mentioned earlier with clutter. And not just like in your house, but with yourself and your feelings and your emotions. Clear out all the negative energies and feelings that you've been having. If you have been having any recently, I know not everybody will be, but so clear out the old. You got the Three of Swords reversed, and you also have the Two of Swords. Now, for those of you that may have been defending your stance with a partner or with someone, feel like you've been defeated, or maybe you were broken up in your relationship or a situation, and, that's going to come to an end. There will be some reconciliation, and, you're going to iron out the situation and what needs to happen, and that's going to help you release a lot of pain and tension in your life. And if you have just given up a relationship, or it's just the beginning of some kind of difficult situation or difficult loss, but there's benefits to it, and you're not really seeing the payoff at this moment, but there are still challenges that you have to overcome with whatever situation that you're dealing with. But if you have to sacrifice something such as a relationship or a friendship, if someone's bringing you down, or you have that friend that is really not good for you, but you still kind of keep them around, it might be time to just, move on, move past, and maybe try and get some new friends that are more like you or more in tune to what you like to do. And just try not to jump to any conclusions if this is about some kind of situation that has to do with a relationship, either, with partners or friends or any type of relationship. Just slow down and observe the situation, and, don't do anything drastic. Try and just objectively as possible look at the situation and try and see it in a different point of view. And some of you, that there's something that needs to give, but you're trying to figure out what to give up. And you do have people around you that will give you support if you ask for it. And they're there for you. And maybe you just need to take a little time and, just take a break for yourself and just look at where you want to go and what you want to do and how you want to be and who you want to be. For those of you who, may just be starting out and not really knowing where to go or what to do, and, just take some time to relax and to think about what you want, and just, think of things that you can change for the better. And be spontaneous. So the Four of Cups reversed and the Hangman reversed. Now, some of you this week may feel like you are all in your head a lot, and you haven't been very satisfied with how things have been going. And, maybe it is time right now to be spontaneous and to get out of that boredom, daydreaming feeling to where, you keep withdrawing. You want to rest and reflect, but you don't want to get into that situation to where you're doing it for too long. You have everything around you. You just need to reflect on what needs to be done this week. And I know I keep repeating myself, and I'm sorry, but a lot of the cards just say, retreat. And this week you maybe feel out of balance with yourself also. So taking the time to reflect on yourself and, just try not to overthink the situation that maybe some of you are going to be dealing with this week, and take rest if you need it. And if you're taking too much rest, go out and have some fun. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.